Hey, how's it going, folks? Well, thought I'd let you know what's going on in this video. Well, you know, we changing the upstairs attic of this garage into Connor's bedroom, and this house has no ventilated soffit. So now what you got to do is we got to come in between each of the roof rafters and drill a 3-inch hole and put vents in on both sides of the garage, which then will tie into the baffles going up the roof to the peak, which will then tie into the gable end vents. So once that's done, then it'll be a lot nicer up there. It's been a lot nicer since I opened that vent up. They had that vent closed off for some reason. It makes no sense to me. So that attic space has never had any ventilation in it. So the underside of the plywood on the roof looks good. Don't look like there's anything that's, you know, gotten soft from being, you know, basically a sauna up there. But that's what we're going to do, is tie this all in. Then we can get up in there and start building knee walls. Most of the insulation is done in the roof, and get the knee walls built, get the electrical done, get some drywall up there. Hopefully we can get pretty far along before we head west here in a couple of months. But it's been so stinking hot. This is the first day that I think it's going to be below 85 degrees in a couple of months. So next week, the rest of this week and next week is supposed to be upper to mid 70s, and then, you know, we're heading that direction. But I gotta split my time because I gotta work on this some, and then I gotta work on that trailer. And I'd like to have all them cabinets done for AIM before we head back across. That was a big thing that she was wanting to get done, but it's just been so hot you can't hardly stand working in there. Even with a little standalone air conditioner just ran, it just couldn't keep up with it. So that's where we're at. Get back to it. We got 3 done. Had to go on the inside, go off these floor joists, and then figure out, you know, where to start. So at least have something that looks, you know, right all the way. Hopefully we don't get to this end and drill into the roof rafter or the floor joist. But I'm checking it as we go. If I gotta, you know, if it's getting away from me, I can adjust it and it won't, you know, look too bad from a distance. Alrighty, well, we're gonna get back to it.
Ready to stand before the King. Are we ready? Or will we hang our heads in shame? Churches all across our land won't even preach against sin. Just tell them all what they want to hear so that the cash will come in.
Oh, well, we're back, folks. Waiting for Connor to get done last bit of his schoolwork that Amy's sharing in those duties. with Kirsta, so Grammy is his teacher on this subject. But getting that grasp on getting this stuff plumbed. Just got things to hook together, and so I got the pump sitting over there in the corner where it goes. It's going to be a tight fit. I'll have to change some of this 1.5 inch styrofoam. I'll have to, at the end there, I'll have to cut that piece down to 1 inch to give me room for my water lines to come off the pump. Because like I told you, it's going to be tight for that. So, I mean, it'll go. It's all gotta be planned out. This has to be cut down to size. This will come back down in here. And then I'll show you here. Sorry. So down in here, if you see, there's the pump. So the inlet is on the left, which is up against the styrofoam. That's 1.5 inch styrofoam encasing the fender well. So at this end, I'm just going to have to come back maybe 6 inches or so and put a 1 inch piece to give me some clearance there. But every little inch has to be, you know, used. So that's where we're heading to. So I have this here will be the gravity fill coming into this tank. This is a breather for the gray tank. This hose is the coming from the sump pump, which will come up to this blue fitting here. But I gotta put an elbow here to make that transition a little better. Then, if I bring you around, try to do this slowly, not to make you sick. So you'll see, I got it. The little tube I just cut is for that right there. To hook these two. This is coming from the shower pan into the sump pump, which has got a big strainer there, out of the sump pump to the tank. So I told you how I was having a hard time finding a connection to go from the 1.25 inch to the inch. This is what Hose Pros came up with. You ain't gonna believe it. That mess, which is okay because I figure this is pretty big in there. So when I start filling up with hose, that way it has room for it to go, and other than just sticking it into a straight 1 inch hose and try, you know, so this way it has a place to dump into as it makes its way into the tank. So that way this will go. Of course, these gravity fills are at an angle, so this has to come down like this with a flexible hose a little bit, and then the elbow will go in there. You know, the hose will go under there, which will run to the tank. So that'll work. Then I gotta hook up city fill, which is dumb. I don't know, the heaviest thing's coming in at an angle. I don't know why. So now I gotta angle up. I gotta put a fitting on there and run my PEX tubing and things like that. I got my Amazon shopping list for all the PEX fittings, the elbows, the T's. Figured out where my faucet's going to go. I did change this corner like I said I was going to. When this, I bent a straight edge on here. So now when this tin goes up, say, in that corner, like that, and then this other one comes. Do all this one-handed, and then that'll be up nice square corner, It'll have that bent flange to seal up against. And then I figured out where my faucet comes through the wall here, and then of course I'll be able to get that hooked up. It's just a faucet that has the wind blows through here and grabs a hold of that sometimes, and that stuff goes banging everywhere. But the shower wand itself, the faucet, has a nipple that comes off of it. I'll show you here. Has a nipple that comes off of that, and the shower wand comes off of that. And then it'll be a handheld because, you know, this ain't for tall people in here. So we normally take a sailor shower, so we use the wand to wet down, turn it off, and then lather up, you know, wash yourself, and then pick the handle up, turn it on, and rinse yourself off. So won't really be standing under it to get a shower, which is fine for us. It's better than having tanks hanging under this thing.